Hi everyone, Susan Campfield here. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're able to tune in tonight and join me for this Facebook Live. Greetings from Minnesota. It is hot here. I know other parts of the country are probably a lot hotter than we are, but it's hot here. We're not used to this hot weather. So tonight we're going to create with a die that's in the catalog. In this catalog, I was very excited to see that there were a number of standalone dies. So there are a lot of bundles, as always, and we love our bundles with the stamp set and the die, but there's also a number of dies that don't need to match a stamp, and they're just a great extra tool to add to your stamping collection. You can use them for quite a few different things. So tonight we're going to play with another one that I got that I've been excited to try out. So I'm going to flip the camera. I'm going to put this in my stand here and we'll go ahead and get started. So bear with me one moment. All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in tonight, everybody. I feel like this is a little crooked, but that's okay. So the die that we are playing with tonight is called Flower Market, and it is a single die. Looks like this. It is large. Let's see exactly how large. I'm going to guess 4 by 5 1/4, but I don't know that. Susan, you got to use the right end of the right end of the ruler. 4 inches by 5 1/4. Yeah, so it's the size of a card friend. It's called Flower Market. You may or may not have noticed it in the catalog. I actually missed it the first time around. Apparently one of my neighbors is using a chainsaw or something. I apologize for that. Hopefully you can't hear that noise because it's super loud. And then there's another standalone die that I showed you last time that is called Stitched Leaves, which is just gorgeous. Oh, Karen says it's hot in Nebraska today too. It is hot here in Minnesota. Let's see, look at my watch. 92 degrees right now. Which is hot for us in early June. So we did hit 100 on Saturday, which is really, yeah, we broke records. So this is what the Stitched Greenery die can do, and it's just lovely. This is a card I shared on the last video. So, and you can see it's a little bit bigger. This one is actually 6 inches by, I think, 4 3/4. So it's big. So I'm going to take that and set that aside. And this is the one that we're going to play with tonight. So I'm going to get this paper out of our way and let's bring in the die cutting machine. All right, so I'm going to try angling this time. I always have a little trouble fitting it on my stamp desk here. So let's give this a go. So I'm going to... We're going to try it with Positively, no, not Positively, Polished Pink, which is our new pink. And I'm just going to lay it on here. Now this polished pink piece that I'm using, it's hard to say 3 times fast, polished pink piece that I'm using is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. So it is the size of a card front. You can see I purposely made it a little bit bigger than the die. Now I would rather this not shift around too much, so I'm going to use a post-it note here to tack it down, and all right, we're going to go ahead and send that through. Oh, one of my post-it notes came up. That's okay. Pretty sure it didn't go anywhere. So this is a large die, so it does take a little extra hand strength to crank it through. I'm going at an angle, which probably isn't the best. So I'm just going to set this aside for a moment. I am going to need it again in a minute here. But for now, I'm just setting it aside. And let's pull off our Post-its here. And before I die cut this, I did rub it with wax paper. If you recall, we talked about that last time. Just keeping a piece of wax paper, you can use it over and over and over and over again. Just keep a wadded up piece on hand and just rub it on there, and that you can see how everything released from that die. And so it's starting to come out here. Now, what we're using on this is we're actually going to be using the relief image, which is this leftover part, but you get a lot of bonus shaker stuff here. This confetti that comes out of here could be used for a shaker card, or something else where you need little elements. You also could actually use these little flowers that have come out to embellish your card as well. So I didn't think of that before. That just popped in my head. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to try that. I didn't try that on my sample, but I'm excited. All right, so I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool with the die brush attachment that comes with this foam piece, and go ahead and I'm going to get all of these out of here. Now this does take a little time to get them all out of here, but this is pretty much your whole card right here. So can you see how intricate that is? Kathy's here, Lynn's here. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday tutorial. I'm making a mess. I'm getting confetti everywhere. That's how we know that we're paper crafting, right? If you're not making a mess, I'm probably not doing it right, right? So let's poke all of these out. And use your piercer end if you have to poke them out. And see all these little bits that we have. I'm going to put those into a container. As I said, I thought this would be fun to use as confetti. You've got little stars and leaves and all sorts of things here that could be used for whatever. Come on, everybody off. Oh boy. So another handy household tool besides wax paper to use in your crafting room. How many of you guys use a Swiffer? They're so nice, right? For like glitter, little bits of paper. They just really help me sweep it all in here, and they'll pick up all my messes. I love them. So I'm intrigued by some of these bigger flowers and wondering if I can use them. All right, so we've got did I miss anything? Do you guys see any other little bits that I didn't get? No, that looks pretty good. So, and now we're gonna mount this onto a card base. So the card base that I'm using is Melon Mambo. Remember, this was the new polished pink. And so I have my card base here. This is 8.5 by 5.5. So just your standard card base. Oh, my bone folder has run amok. Oh, found it. No worries. I hope you can't hear that. I think he's weed whacking. It is so loud. Okay, so we're going to mount this on our card, and I'm going to use mini dimensionals to mount this. If I flip this over, there's lots of places that you can add the little mini dimensionals. And remember, you get 750 of these in the package, so you have a lot. And that doesn't even include the edges, those bonus parts you get on the edges here. So I am putting them strategically on the back of these bigger flowers. So here's a bigger flower right here. I'm going to put one on there. There are 5 of those bigger flowers, so I've got those covered. And then I'm also going to put one as close to the corner in each corner as I can get it. This corner has a flower in it, so I'm just going to go up a little bit because I don't want that dimensional showing through my cutout flowers. And one more in this corner. There we go. So you can see I've got quite a few dimensionals on there. I'm going to peel that off, peel off my backing pieces here. And we're going to mount this on our card. I should hum or something while I'm doing this, but I'm not musically inclined, although I love music, so you really don't want me singing at all. All right, we've got that lined up to the top, lined up to the bottom. Remember, this top piece is cut the same size as the card. And so now I have that contrasting color behind showing through all those little flowers that we cut. And so we could embellish. This is what I was just thinking when I was pulling these off. I could pop up one of these little flowers onto dimensional, and I can embellish my card with that. I could even do it right here. How cute would that be? Let's try it. Right there, just for a little something extra. Totally optional. Let's sweep these off for now, because I might save some of those. We'll decide if we want to use those. How many big flowers? I think there's only one other big flower like that, so I'll just keep one aside in case we want to fill in with that. I'm going to sweep the rest of this into my little container here. You can see I've got some other bits in there because I did do this in cut it in a couple other colors right before I went live. Haven't finished the cards yet, but we can do that together. All right. So I've got those bits. Now I want to decorate my card. I am going to make a very simple card here. Sometimes simple is better, right? So I'm going to grab a piece of basic white, and one of my favorite stamp sets right now is the Threw It Together stamp set, which is right here. I just love this one. I love the Praying for Blankets of Healing Around You and Yours. And this sentiment right here, sending you this paper hug. And so lots of other great sayings in here, but those two are my particular favorites at the moment. I'll probably change tomorrow. I have my polished pink ink pad here, also hard to say fast. I'm not going to attempt that one again. And I'm going to stamp this right here on my basic white. Hopefully you can see that okay. All right, we've got this, we've got this. We need some dies. We need a label die or punch to die cut that out. We're going to use a die. These are the Stitch So Sweetly dies. We've had these for a while. I absolutely love them. I got 2 sets because I use them all the time. I love nesting dies like this, and this one is the perfect size for my project, the smallest one. So I'm going to pop that out and lay that on here. Again, I am going to grab a Post-it note because it will shift on me if I don't tack that down. Make sure I got it stuck down good. All right, put our top plate on there. I don't know why I'm using 2. That could backfire on me. It made me really hard to get them off. But I had them right here from before, so why not? Let's crank that through. All right, I think we're done with our die cutting machine. We'll go ahead and set that aside. All right, and let's bring in our card here. So our card's going to open like that. We're going to embellish it with this little sentiment, and we're going to add a piece on the inside of the card. So I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I've added a strip of the Designer Series paper. This is the Brights pack, I believe, and so this is Melon Mambo from the Brights pack. It's got every color in it, so it's a great having a pack of your, if you say Brights are your go-to colors, having a pack of those designer papers handy is really great when you want to color coordinate everything. So we've got our inside of our card ready there, and we're just going to work on the front of our card. So I have lost the one little flower I had, and I don't know if, oh, here's one right here. We'll add another one right here just for fun on this one. And put it right there. So a little decoration there. And then we've got our paper hug. I'm going to go ahead and decorate that label a little bit more. I'm going to add a little flower here. These are the loose flower flourishes. They come in polished pink, pale papaya, and fresh freesia. You also get large and small. I've actually used all of my small ones up. So I'm just going to grab a glue dot here and put the glue dot on the back of this little flower right there. Yay, Pat, you're catching the live. That's awesome. So we've got our little flower, and that's going to go right here on the card. So I'm going to take a small rhinestone here and put it in the middle of that little loose flower. I'm going to smoosh it down so that it stays in place. And then I'm going to take some other rhinestones here. I had a surprise when I opened my drawer today to get my rhinestones out. I'm running low. That is not a happy feeling for me. I usually have a lot of rhinestones on hand, and I'm like, what happened here? So I will be ordering more rhinestones after our video. So I'm adding some varying sizes here, large, medium, small. You could do all small, you could do all the same sizes, it doesn't matter. You could actually skip the rhinestones if you want. It's entirely up to you. And then we're going to just adhere our sentiment. You know, it could go really, it could go anywhere. I don't know if there's a wrong choice there on where it goes. So this floral die, Pat, is called Flower Market. It is a standalone die in the catalog. So you purchase it and you get this single die. And let's pop this up with dimensionals because we can, right? And that's how I roll. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use large dimensionals on this one because part of what I'm sticking it on is a little bit see-through. So I want to, I'm liking that. Okay, so I'm going to go with it right there. Now, if you didn't have the flower embellishments, you certainly could do a ribbon instead with the polished pink ribbon. You could use other embellishments, sequins, pearls. You could skip that part. You could color these with the polished pink blend and go that route. And then for the inside sentiment, okay, this is scary because I put the inside in before I stamped my inside sentiment. I can tell I've got ink on my stamp. This could go very wrong, but that's okay. I can cover it up with like a punch out or something, right? We can fix it. Oh, hey, that worked. Praying for blankets of healing around you and yours. So sending you a paper hug. So we've got our card. Let's look at what it would look like in some other colorways. So this version I did in Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. And this one I did in Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. And I think I have another option you could do for the greeting. So this one I did use a die to cut that, and that was the Stitch So Sweetly dies. You could also use the double oval layering punch if you prefer. So let's see what that would look like here. This is in Coastal Cabana. And that can go right on the card. That's really pretty too. So if you didn't want to do any more die cutting, you could go to your punches. Always a good option. I don't think this one, because I'm layering it, this one I wouldn't put it popped up again. So I would just put this right here. And we don't have this color in the loose flourishes. So on this one, I would go with a ribbon. Got our pretty, pretty, pretty Pool Party ribbon here. This is the Pool Party sheer ribbon. And I would just probably do a knot, kind of a faux bow there. And grab my snips here, trim that off. We'll just add that little bit of ribbon right there with another glue dot. It can go right in the corner there. So that's another version. Of course, the inside of this one I've got with a strip of the Bermuda Bay, which is, I've got Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and then the Bermuda Bay, which is one shade even darker. So this one's kind of more of an ombre look. And this one, I'm going to leave this one simpler. I'm not going to add the embellishments, I don't think. I don't know. I can't commit to that because sometimes after the live, I'm like, oh, well, you know, we could add a little bling. Yeah, probably add some bling to that one. So there is the Flower Market die. Gorgeous, simple to use. Cut one and you're done, which is awesome. I'm going to have to die cut a purple Highland Heather one for that, and I will post that in our group. So you could do so many different things with these, so many different color combinations. My favorite is this kind of tonal color combination. Another one that would be fun to try would be the pale papaya paired with the calypso coral. That would be a fun combo. What other ones would be nice to play with? Some yellows would be nice. You could do something with Daffodil Delight, maybe in Bumblebee. So lots of options, and again, very simple to do. So thank you so much for joining me tonight and tuning in. Take care, and we will talk to you soon. I am going to finish this one up, and because it's just, you know, it's just screaming at me to add one of these little fresh freesia flowers to the label. So I'll finish that one up and I'll post it in the Sue Stampfield group. Thanks for joining me, and we'll hope to see you next time. I try to go live every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and then on Saturdays at 10 a.m. on my YouTube channel, I have a video go live. So I hope you can join me. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.